Ryerson, I'm Kelly Skjerven. Today joining me is Ryersonian reporter and photographer Brent Smyth. Brent has been uncovering some surprising and fascinating facts about our university over the last few weeks. Brent is here today to talk to me about Rye Files, the docuseries that he's producing. Thank you, Brent, for joining us.
Of course, always a pleasure.
And so let's just get right into it. What will the Rye Files videos investigate?
So it's my fourth year at Ryerson. Over the last 3.5 years, I've heard all these rumors and kind of weird intricacies about the happenings of Ryerson and why things are the way they are. And I decided that, like launching a little true crime-ish series to kind of investigate would be something fun to do in my final semester.
And how did this idea come to you?
So I used to work for Ryerson Convocations, so I'd help out all the graduations, awards dinners, things like that. And when the convocations used to be held at the Ryerson Theatre, whenever the graduates would be walking in, the bells would chime at the clock tower in Kerr Hall. And I always thought it was a really nice touch, like play some music, like an old school clock tower with the bells, until my boss told me that there was actually no bell in the clock tower.
Oh, wow.
And that kind of piqued my interest and my curiosity, and I decided that, there's a lot of things at Ryerson that I think people don't know about that'd be fun to kind of learn about.
And we know that you've only released the trailer so far, and without giving too much away, can you tell us what you have uncovered so far?
Well, I'm not going to spoil anything because, some things turn out to be true and false, but I'll tell you some of the rumors that maybe appear in the trailer that I've investigated. Some are true, some are false. So, like I mentioned, no bell in the clock tower in Kerr Hall. Some of the buildings, especially the RCC, has like the mint and the wood kind of like color scheme.
Yeah.
It's actually based on a church in Toronto. The Egerton Ryerson statue once vanished for 3 weeks. Again, not saying if that's true or not, but that was a rumor that I investigated and found out the truth about. And last one being that Kerr Hall may or may not have used to held dead bodies.
Okay, so I want to talk about that because, what? Excuse me.
Yeah, so Kerr Hall back in the day used to be a mortuary and used to have dead bodies, and they would experiment on them and kind of do whatever morticians do, and it's maybe haunted ever since.
And what has been the most mind-blowing fact that you've discovered so far?
Well, I don't want to spoil any of the truths. I want people to tune in and watch the docuseries. But just a fun fact that I've learned that Kerr Hall, the ratio of men's to women's bathrooms is 3-to-1, and it's been that way since it was built.
And do you know why?
Yeah, so it used to be an engineering school. That's what it was designed for. And back then, that women were not allowed in the engineering programs. They thought it was no point having women's bathrooms equal to men's bathrooms, and it's kind of stayed that way ever since.
And you know what? I have noticed that, taking classes in Kerr Hall, which I am now going to avoid, that I know that there were once dead bodies
Maybe
in there.
There still is. I don't know.
Thank you, Brent, so much for coming in today to tell us all about Rye Files.
Of course, it was a blast.
And for all the Rye Files videos coming soon, you can check out the Ryersonian.ca. But first, we have a little treat for you. We have a sneak peek of Rye Files. Check it out right now.
What if I were to tell you it were all a lie? The things you never needed to think about. The unspoken truths. What if they were rumors? That some things at Ryerson had deep-rooted backstories. Or perhaps are wrapped in complete lies. What if you were to learn the clock tower who sings from the quad, echoing the bells inside, contained no bells? Or that the Egerton Ryerson statue we walk by every day once went missing for 3 weeks only to reappear where it had once stood.
Or even that the colors inside some of the campus's buildings were influenced by religious organizations.
Or that Kerr Hall once housed dead bodies. Would it all sound too crazy to be true? Who would investigate these rumors? Who would follow the breadcrumbs to find the loaf of bread known as the truth? Now, what if I were to tell you?
We did.